Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Madison Nosek. Thanks for joining me here on KXAN Live. I want to start you guys off. I have a really pretty look of downtown Austin right now. Little bit of clouds in the sky, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it is supposed to be hot today. Kristen said that the UVs might actually get up to 9, so if you're going to head outside, be sure to have sunscreen on, but you can definitely look forward to warmer weather if you like that, but like I said, it is supposed to be a hot day and a hot rest of the week. If you want to know exactly what the temperatures are going to be, you can head on over to kxan.com. We have a full list of what the rest of the week into the weekend is going to look like there. And we have quite a few stories for you today, so let's get started with the stories that are making headlines. Former New Jersey Governor Christie is one of the latest Republicans to join the 2024 presidential race. The former two-term governor has been a vocal critic of the current GOP frontrunner, Donald Trump. This will mark the second presidential campaign for Christie, who was once a close ally to former President Trump and endorsed him back in 2016. In an online post, Trump weighed in on his former advisor's presidential bid, blasting Christie as a failed governor. Their feud brings into focus the growing number of former Trump allies turning into political foes. In news that broke just this morning, former Vice President Mike Pence officially declared that he's running too. He's the first VP to run against his former boss in more than 80 years. Pence will be in Des Moines, Iowa today to kick off his campaign. He says that he considers himself, quote, a Christian, a conservative, and a Republican, in that order. He plans to focus extensively on appealing to evangelical voters. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum will announce that he's joining the race as well. He's expected to make the announcement this morning. An expanding field of candidates, all seeking to make the case that they should become the Republican nominee. Now, back on Governor Christie for just a second, if you're wondering how he stacks up against the growing field of candidates. According to Marquette University Law School poll that was taken back in May, 18% of registered Republican voters had a favorable view of him, and 40% had an unfavorable opinion of him, some of the highest unfavorable numbers in all of the candidates. Pope Francis is in the hospital and will be undergoing abdominal surgery. He has been hospitalized and is due to go under that surgery today. The Vatican released a statement saying that his stay will last for several days so that he can fully recover. And this all comes after 2 years ago, he had 33 centimeters of his colon removed because of an inflammation and narrowing of the large intestine. And he actually had another health scare earlier this year back in March. Today, water levels will reach their peak following an explosion at a major dam in Ukraine. According to the Ukrainian government, up to 70 towns are at risk from deep and fast-moving floodwaters. The attack has already forced 16,000 people from their homes. Ukraine accuses Russian forces of blowing up the dam, which sits on the Dnipro River. The major waterway bisects front lines in the south, and since water levels will peak today, it will take days before it recedes. This also impacts the safe drinking water to the hundreds of thousands of people that are surrounding it and the ones that were evacuated. 2 people are dead and 5 others remain in the hospital this morning after a shooting at a Virginia high school graduation. The high school ceremony had just ended when shots were fired, sending hundreds of people running into a panic. Police say that a high school graduate and his father died in the shooting. At least 5 others were shot, and that includes a 14-year-old boy and 4 men ranging from ages 31 to 58. A 9-year-old was also hit by a car while trying to run away, and they're still in the hospital this morning being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Witnesses describe an extremely chaotic scene, and police say that a 19-year-old suspect tried to run away but was arrested. Now we're going to turn to state political news.
I'll call special session after special session after special session until a solution is reached.
Governor Greg Abbott saying he'll keep forcing Texas lawmakers back to the Capitol if that's what it takes. He's still hoping to end the Texas House and Senate standoff on how to lower your property taxes. The Texas Senate has been working on its own bills.
I'll call special session after special session after special session until a solution is reached.
The Senate reconvened and then adjourned within an hour. They were supposed to vote on Senate bills tied to the border, But those bills can't go anywhere because the House already passed versions of the bills and adjourned last week, leaving the Senate gridlocked. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick's proposals cannot make it through the legislative process without the House.
I'll call special
clearly providing
session
them to come
after
back.
special session
Patrick
after special
continued to push
session
his plan to
until a
raise the
solution is
exemption
reached.
to $100,000, which he says helps homeowners more than businesses. But Abbott and the House say that their compression plan helps everyone. It would send 12 billion school districts so that they can lower their tax rates. In a statement, Speaker Phelan's office said in part that the Senate is keeping Texans waiting. We encourage the Senate to follow the House's lead. The Senate is going to be back in session this morning, and it doesn't seem likely that they're going to reach a deal today. This morning, Austin police are looking for the person who killed a 14-year-old girl at an apartment complex. Police are now offering up $1,000 for information that leads to an arrest. Now, I didn't get to talk about this on here yesterday, but this originally started as breaking news, and we continued to watch it develop yesterday morning on KXAN Today. It happened in North Austin near DeSalle Road, and this was at the bridge at Harris Ridge Apartments on East Howard Lane around 1:30 yesterday morning. APD says responders found the girl with head trauma. She was taken to a local hospital where she unfortunately later died. Witnesses that saw the shooting unfold said an unfamiliar car was driving through the apartment's parking lot and started firing round after round. Anyone with information is asked to call police. And finally, for this morning, keeping up with some major news in the golfing world, rivals PGA Tour and LIV Golf are merging. The deal will combine the two into a yet-to-be-named for-profit company. LIV Golf is backed by the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, an entity controlled by the Saudi Crown Prince. It's been embroiled in antitrust lawsuits with the PGA Tour in the last year, and this new deal would end all pending litigation. Well, that's all I have for you this morning. Again, thank you for joining me. I'm Madison Nosek, and we will see you next time.